Today we're at Trinity Methodist Church in Felixstowe for the Felixstowe Fuchsia Society's annual exhibition. It is a big event. It's one of Felixstowe's major floral events, I think we'd say. How long has this show been going?
We've actually been putting on a display for the last 22 years,
Right.
but only 4 years here at Trinity Methodist Church. We were formerly at the Orwell High School, but we've made a move to the church, and as you can see, it's absolutely beautiful here.
It's such a nice surrounding, isn't it, the church?
It is lovely because it's town centre, and so many people will come and visit us, and they're people that are just in Felixstowe, primarily for a day out. So we're so pleased that they all come and see us.
How many people do you reckon you'll get?
Probably around about 500 people on Saturdays.
Right.
And 250 or so on the Sunday. The society was formed in 1988, and we've got in the region of 65 members at the moment, and we really appreciate everything they do for us. All the flowers that you see here have all been grown on by society members, and those that possibly can't grow anymore are extremely kind, and they grow us cakes for the refreshments.
Excellent.
By trade, I'm a motor engineer.
Right.
And I worked at college in Ipswich for 23 and a half years, and then I took early retirement from there, and then I worked part-time in a shop for a little while, and then I took up gardening from then.
And that was professionally when you first started, was it? As a gardener, or do you mean...
No,
that
I
was
just
as a hobby?
learned just as a hobby, really, and just made not a big living, but a living out of it, really,
Excellent.
Yeah.
And you've carried on for all the years then?
That's right, I have, yeah, that's right.
And now you're one of our top local fuchsia experts.
Well, I'm president of the society, and I've been in it since '92, so I like to think that I am. And also now, being a national judge as well, and a speaker, I get around the country quite a lot as well. From a dear friend of mine, many years ago, I was about 18, and he treated me just like his own son, and I just went on from there. When I came into Fuchsia's, Ted Stiff, who lived in Foxgrove Lane, he was like my mentor, if you like, and everything went from there.
So was he the person who brought you into the
He
fuchsia
is,
world?
yes, he very much so, yeah. He used to give me, say, like 6 plants, and he'd say, Ken, how did you get on with... And he would name each individual plant,
Right.
and he would say, well, how did you get on with them, really.
Why do fuchsias do so well in coastal resorts like Felixstowe?
Basically because it's that much warmer than it is more inland. You don't get the hard frosts, and so the climate generally is better for fuchsias anyway, although after this last winter we had, and the coldest that we had, Felixstowe wasn't much different to everywhere else, and we struggled to get them grown when we wanted them to. But at the end of the day, as you'll see in the church here, everything is fine now.
You do other kinds of gardening as well, don't you?
I do, yes,
but
that's right.
A big part of your life is these plants.
Oh, it is, yes, very much so, with the help of a good wife as well.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
You've got to have someone to do the watering.
That's right, yes, you have. And believe you me, when you've got about 250 plants to water every night, it gets quite time-consuming, really.
Tell me about the plant and why you decided to concentrate on this plant, other than the fact that Ted introduced you to them.
Basically, because of the different colours, the shapes, you've got singles, semi-doubles and big doubles, and they all help to make it interesting, and they're all different, and you can grow it so many ways. I mean, you can grow it as a standard, you can grow it as a bush, you can grow it as a shrub, you can make a ring as well, you can do all sorts of things, really.
And when you incorporate that into the rest of your gardening, now you're retired, you must have a full-time job gardening and growing fuchsias.
Well, I do, yes, that's right. I mean, we spend a lot of time taking cuttings and things like that and growing stuff for the society, which I've been in since 1992. So I also have a vegetable garden as well, which I look after up at cow pasture, the local allotments, and so I'm kept quite busy. And if I'm not doing those two, I go course fishing.